Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Sunny Unique. Welcome back. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you all why I'm getting a hysterectomy at the age of 33. With that being said, before we get into this video, go ahead and give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. My channel is all about motherhood, womanhood, and just living life in this crazy world we live in. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into this video. So first things first, y'all, I am going to try to just start from the beginning so y'all could just get a snippet. So why we are where we are, y'all. I need to do my hair tonight before surgery tomorrow. Yes, my surgery is tomorrow, but I just put on my hat because, ooh, baby, yeah. So with that being said, y'all, so I have always had heavy periods since the beginning of time. As far back as I can remember, like middle school, high school, I have always had heavy periods. And with heavy periods, for me, it caused me to have low iron anemia. With that being said, I did discover my first fibroid when I was like 18, 19. I was just bleeding so bad. I did go to the emergency room because of it. And they say it's because of it's a fibroid. I didn't really pay too much attention of it. I really didn't do no research. We had phones back then, but not like the technology we have today. We wasn't even taking pictures yet, I don't believe, with our phones. I don't even think the Razor was out quite yet. Y'all know, like, the Razor was one of, like, the first phones with the cameras. I can't remember, but it's not even important. Anyways, so I ended up going to the military. Because of the heavy bleeding, they did insert the implant into my arm. That is a form of birth control, similar to like the IUD, but instead of going into the vagina and getting inserted and lasting for a few years, that birth control actually goes into your arm. For me, it did not stop my periods. I was told that give it up to a year, it should slow down my periods, then stop my periods. It did slow down my periods. However, I would have my normal period, and then I would constantly spot throughout the month, just averaging. Like, I didn't know which day would be a spotting day. I didn't know which day would be like a good day, but I would have maybe 4 or 5 days within like an entire 30-day month cycle that I was like free of anything. So after a year and a half, I did go ahead and get that removed. A few years later, I did get pregnant with my first son in 2014. After having him, that particular doctor did not want to remove it. The fibroid was there, but he did tell me that would be something I had to look into later. Some doctors go ahead to remove it, but because I had to have an emergency C-section, I think that wasn't like priority. So it was just like, let's just deliver this baby, make sure you're in baby good, then we'll worry about dissecting and removing that fibroid at a later date, which is cool. So in 2016, my period just got too bad, y'all. When I say I was like bleeding like that, full heavy duty size 5 pad within 1 hour. Then it was just like, your fibroid is so big, and which it was, because at this point when I was laying down, I can feel it. Like, it felt like I was still pregnant, like I was 4 or 5 months pregnant. I can literally feel this fibroid every time I laid down. And one day I think I moved and I was just in like the most excruciating pain. So I had made a doctor's appointment. So I seen one doctor and he was like, lean back. And he was like, that's the fibroid. I was like, I guess. So he was like, oh no, I'm gonna send you to this specialist. He deals with like fibroids. Like, I guess you have like a basic surgeon. Then you got like a complex surgeon that does more detailed work, that's more skilled in different ways. So he had referred me to like a more specialized surgeon that did my procedures to remove that fibroid, and he did remove other fibroids. So in May or June of 2016, I did have it started off as a laparoscopic my laparoscopic myomectomy. However, the fibroid was so big that he couldn't take it out, so he had to like cut me through like the C-section line, like straight across, to get it out. Not only that, the fibroid, which is I guess at a deteriorating point, and he was just like, what is this? This don't look normal. So they actually had sent the fibroid to Johns Hopkins Hospital up some states, and they had to test it and make sure it was a fibroid, make sure it was non-cancerous, and see what stage it was. Was it in a dying stage or was it in a growing stage? Because the tissue of it was really different than what a normal fibroid, I guess, looks like after removal. So that pathology and stuff came back good. With that being said, after that surgery, I still had heavy bleeding. But one thing I am going to say, I only was having a period for like 6 months. I got pregnant again 6 months after that surgery. Now, with that being said, it's a possibility that down the line it could have slowed down my periods, but for me, it did not. So I ended up getting pregnant 6 months later, or sometime later, y'all. These dates, I'm just giving y'all like approximately from what I'm just remembering. We're not looking at no notes or anything. So sometime later, I ended up getting pregnant with my second son. At that point, I knew I did not want any more children for myself. This is something I always say when people have been asking about the hysterectomy, the people that do know, especially if it's like what is called like a voluntary procedure, something that you want and not something the doctors is pushing. Make sure you are done having children for you. I know a lot of people don't have that option. Some people can't bear children before even getting to this. So before I even say that, I'm gonna put a trigger warning. Make sure you doing this for you, only because for instance, me, I'm married, I have 2 children. Altogether, we have 5 children total. With that being said, if me and my husband was to divorce or separate, or he was to pass and I get remarried, will I want another child from somebody else? Hell no. Hell no. I don't want no baby. I don't want no baby. I don't want no baby. So that made me get my tubes tied after I had my second son. He did go ahead and tie my tubes at the same time he was doing my C-section. The same doctor that delivered my first son delivered my second son. Now, with that being said, I don't know if the tubal ligation played a part of me still having heavy periods, because once again, I have always had heavy periods. So I don't know. Everybody's situation is different, but I'm just telling y'all like my experience. So just leading up until now, heavy periods every month, heavy periods every month. Y'all know, well, last year, October, Mom got diagnosed with cancer, and I was really her go-to person, because I was able to be a stay-at-home mom, and because all of my other siblings was working and things, I was able to be her go-to person. I was just so grateful for the opportunity to be able to take her to her doctor's appointment and just be her aprone like support while, you know, the family did what they had to do on the back end. So with that being said, towards like April, May, back it up. I'm just gonna just briefly put this in here, but this is what led up to me having a hysterectomy. I started having bad stomach issues. I mean, like super gassy, super bloated, and things of that nature. So I didn't know exactly what was going on. So when I went to the doctor, she had ordered me some ultrasounds, some CT scans, sent me to the gastrologist and all of that. And I had like so many procedures. But that's what initiated me to go to the doctor, because of my whole stomach issues. So after doing an ultrasound of like the stomach area and the pelvic area, we discovered I do have a small fibroid and I have a cyst. Prior to this, y'all, on and off, I get like 2 ultrasounds a year just to see what's going on, because I could keep doing this heavy bleeding. So one ultrasound, I may have a cyst on this ovary. The next one, that cyst may be gone. It may be on another ovary. So I get cysts here and there on my ovaries, which is not a big deal. Now, with that being said, fast forward to like May, y'all, when I say it started to affect my driving. I used to be able to drive to Georgia back and forth with no issue. It's like a 45-minute, 50-minute drive with no issue, up and alert. Then just with life, you know how sometimes you be feeling exhausted, but it got to the point to where I'm sleeping all day. Not only that, then just to push me through the days, y'all. At this point, I'm on 4-5 Red Bulls a day. I'm drinking Red Bulls like it's a bottle of water just to keep me functioning. And I say, you know what? I don't want to damage my kidney, because if I don't know if I mentioned it, that when they did the testing, after the testing came back with all the pathology reports, it did say some kind of genetic testing for like kidney cancer. Like I had some kind of gene or genetic marker or something for like kidney cancer. So with that being said, I said I don't want to kill my kidneys, knowing that I could have kidney cancer in the future with the Red Bull. So I say, hey, I'm going to really go to the doctors and allow these doctors to do what they need to do, and put my health first. So we got more ultrasounds and things of that nature. Then I had to get iron transfusion, because at this point, because I'm killing those Red Bulls because I'm so weak, my iron was super low. So at that point, it either could have been like a blood transfusion, because they so risky, I refused. And then we do what is called iron transfusions. I did 3 rounds of iron transfusion. I think the highest I have been since the iron transfusion is a 9.0. And y'all know that is still low. It's better than being in the 5s and 6s. So with that being said, I had went to the doctor, and y'all pretty much seen in that video, because like July, I think August, I was doing my iron transfusion. Then I had went to the gynecologist like a few days before my birthday. My birthday, August 27th, Virgo. And that's when I was just explaining to her like the birth control. To back it up just a little bit, y'all know how I mentioned I was getting like ultrasounds like twice a year. Well, with that, going to the gynecologist, I was trying different birth controls and it wasn't working. They'll calm down my period. However, they was extending it. For example, like right now, my period lasts 7 to like 9 days, and I'd be done. On my 9th day, I could wear white pants and have crazy sex. I don't have to worry about nothing. But with that birth control, once again, it made me spot like crazy, and it extended my days. So even though my period was heavy, I wasn't having heavy clots. I was really just, it extended it to where I'm slightly bleeding for like 14 plus days. And I was like, no, this is not going to work. So when I went to the doctor this year, that's when I pretty much was like, they wanted to do like the IED. They pushed that last year, and I was just like, no. So at this point, it was just like a hysterectomy, or try to do another open myomectomy to remove this fibroid. We'll see will that help. And because I know I am done with children, no, just give me a hysterectomy to remove it. Then, you know, doctors, because I'm so young, she looked at me and she's like, you only got 2 kids, you're only 33. And I was like, yes, and I got a tubal ligation 6 years ago. She was like, oh, you got a tubal ligation 6 years ago? She was like, oh, okay, we could do the hysterectomy. So, you know, I guess many doctors, just with the fear of children, they may, I guess, a little wiggle room. But because we have tried so many different things for me, and especially just getting an iron transfusion at this point, yeah. So between going to that doctor's appointment, and I had a colonoscopy for the stomach issues I mentioned a little while ago, and I had an endoscopy. I do have some kind of H. pylori bacteria in my stomach. I got treated with antibiotics. In 6 weeks, I need to do some kind of breath test to check on that. And then I had to get a uterine biopsy done prior to the hysterectomy, in which that leads me up to having my hysterectomy tomorrow, November 21st. Excuse me. So with that being said, today I am going to see a dietitian, and I need to get ready to be leaving the house right now. This don't have nothing to do with my hysterectomy. However, many people that have a hysterectomy, sometimes you go into menopause, sometimes you don't. Sometimes people lose weight, sometimes people gain weight. With me, myself, and I am plus size, medically obese. So with that being said, I have been considering weight loss surgery, but because I have never had the strength to really work out and do the things that I needed to do to even lose weight, I want to take my time after I heal up from this surgery to try to lose weight the natural way before I have weight loss surgery. However, I still want to put into place all the requirements for weight loss surgery, like seeing the dietitian, nutritionist, the psychologist, and all of that before surgery. But I do plan on trying next year when I heal up to lose weight on my own, because I just feel like my body will be in a better place to be able to handle it. And then I won't be as tired and mentally drained from having low iron. So yeah, so with that being said, I'm about to get ready for that. This is the end of the video. I have several videos on this coming up. Don't worry, I'm gonna try to push them all out in December. When I get back home, I will be doing some surgery must-haves and what is called like a get ready with me, because I do have to stay overnight at the hospital. But when I do my get ready with me, I will explain like my hospital stay and all of that stuff. I just wanted to do like why I'm at this point at a young age. So yeah, with that being said, like I always tell y'all, excuses are only good for those who use them. You could do anything in your life that you want to do. Only you is stopping you. And with that being said, I'll see y'all in another video. Deuces.